Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Woo! This is a fucking classic right here. Yo, this is a number one on the Billboard charts.
Put it Tang.
He ain't even got to sing, and it's a hit. Actually, Pootie Tang's best friend was one of the teachers of Spider-Man. That black guy?
Oh, you mean Hannibal Buress?
No, the bald-headed black guy, J.B. Smooth.
That was JB Smooth?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that. He's a comedian, huh?
Yeah, because he was the one that, when that Asian kid was like, yeah, but Peter, he was banging European chicks in the bathroom. I took a picture. And then, like, MJ was like, well, why you taking pictures of dudes in the bathroom?
That shit was funny, dude.
And then the teacher, and then J.B. Smooth, he was the teacher's like, look, I'm just going to be honest with you. You need to stop that.
He was so serious.
Yeah,
It's like,
you need to stop that.
like, whatever you do in your own time, you do in your own time,
Yeah.
okay? Like, seriously.
I'm not judging you,
I'm not judging you, but
you need to stop.
he was so serious. And I'm like, oh shit, this shit is funny, dude.
It's like, yeah, 'cause he thought he was like, he thought he's gonna expose Peter. It's like, but they're like, nah, like why you taking pictures of dudes in the bathroom? Like, what's wrong with you?
He got the Asian guy was like, oh fuck.
Like, yeah,
He was so shocked, like oh, shit.
without even saying it, you can hear see it in his mind, like, oh yeah, that shit is kind of gay.
I like the Asian guy in the background too. Like, he didn't really have any lines, but he's just like, while everyone's talking, he's like,
I can't find those pictures.
but he didn't say anything. He was just like,
he took the picture,
and he was looking for it.
yeah, because I'm gonna show MJ, Peter, because I know you like MJ, and I like MJ too, but she needs to know the truth that you're out here banging European chicks in the bathroom.
There you go. It's funny though. Funny though. This is Solo Ed, the multiverse where we talk about comics adapted into TV shows and films, or anything comic book related. I'm your host, Romeo, and my trusted right-hand man, Spectre Ants.
Hello, how are you?
Why are you trying to make you sound Chinese or anything? So what's up, Ant? Welcome to SoCal, back to Cali.
I never left Cali.
That's true.
I just went from up north to down south.
Up north to down south. So Ant came by here for 4th of July, right? For the 4th of July weekend or weekday.
Yeah, but depending on when people listen to this shit, it may not really matter. Because, I mean, they might listen to it, you know, on the 10th of July.
But at least they know that we've been here. You're here for the 4th of July weekend.
True.
So we've been hanging out. What did we do this 4th of July, man?
Well, we went to rich ass Woodland Hills.
Rich ass Woodland Hills with $5
Taco Bell.
$5
nachos.
You love that shit, huh?
That shit was good. Real.
Dude, I ordered this these nacho fries, and Anthony was like, "Hey, what the hell is that, dog?" I was like, "These are nacho fries with some cheese on it." I'm like, "Holy shit, that look pretty good." So I asked Anthony, "Hey, you want to try some?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll try one." He ended up like eating the whole entire thing.
Shit was good.
So we also came back from watching
Spider-Man. Well, as Peter will say it, Spider-Man.
Far From
Spider-Man.
Home. Far From Home. Yeah, I like these subtitles. I mean, we have Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home. I guess the third one will be Spider-Man Never Home.
No, the third one will be Spider-Man. I gotta protect my identity.
Or Spider-Man Home Alone.
No, Spider-Man on the run.
Did you like it, bro?
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie.
So yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was pretty good. To me, between this one and Spider-Man 2 that came out back in 2004, I think that's probably like the best Spider-Man movies. Like,
This
ever.
Spider-Man that we're watching right now.
Yeah.
That we just watched.
And then, because I thought Spider-Man 2 was the best of the Sam Raimi trilogy,
Okay.
like 15 years ago. And I think this one is just as good, maybe even better.
Wait, so you're not counting any of the others, the Amazing Spider-Man films as part of your top? What are your top 5 Spider-Man? I mean, let's say top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah, top 5. From current.
Well,
and
I
then.
have to rewatch Spider-Man 2 because I don't want to be prisoner of the moment. But right now, since you put me on the spot, I'll say Far From Home, Spider-Man 2.
That wait. Are we talking? Okay. The first one being the best, and then 5 being the least, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Far From Home.
So 1, Far From Home. 2, Spider-Man 2. 3, the first Spider-Man that came out like in 2001. 4, I'll say Homecoming. And then 5, I'll say Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. But Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 are by far the worst. Maybe the worst superhero movies I've ever seen. Not just Spider-Man movies.
Cool.
So what's your fave 5? Go take it back to MySpace.
My top, my fave 5. I would have to say 1, Homecoming. 2, Far From Home.
So you like Homecoming better than this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did actually. 2. Actually, 2 wouldn't be Far From Home. 2 will be Spider-Man 2. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. 3, Spider-Man 1.
Yeah.
4, Far From Home. And then 5, The Amazing Spider-Man.
First one.
The rebooted
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
So you agree with me that Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2 are just the worst?
Just worst ones, yeah. So we've only had that many Spider-Mans. We had like 7 solo Spider-Man films.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well...
Which is a lot when you think about it, seeing that the first one was like 18 years ago. So it's like every 2 years is a new Spider-Man.
That's pretty true. And we're going to talk about that as well. The discussions with Sony and what they're trying to do with the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man, what do you call this? Universe?
Yeah.
What do you call it? Spider-Verse? Spider-Man universe?
Well, I guess you call it Spider-Verse because Sony,
Spider-Verse, right?
Sony made Into the Spider-Verse and then won an Oscar for that. So...
They won Best Animation, Best Film?
Yeah, first, only the second time ever that a Disney movie did not win Oscar for Best Animation. For Into the Spider-Verse.
Wait, is that still under Disney?
No,
It's
Sony made
Sony.
that. Yeah, it was Disney had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it.
It was
Right,
100%
right.
Sony.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
Yeah.
that. What happened with what's going on with Sony.
I think that's part of the reason why Sony has so much confidence on why they want Spider-Man back for themselves.
Which Venom is going to be actually mentioned in this topic as well.
But before we get into that, let's talk about Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
So as I was saying, I loved the movie. Mysterio was great.
Mm-hmm.
Before I continue any further, I'll just say no spoiler alerts for people that haven't watched the movie.
This is a spoiler alert. You spoiled Rotten
Yeah,
Kids.
but Mysterio is the villain.
What kind of whisper? Like they can hear you. Mysterio's what?
Mysterio ends up being the villain.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
What?
And another plot twist is that he's actually from our Earth. So the trailer lied to us.
Dude, I was about to mention, like, how come there's a lot of things in the trailer that was even mentioned in the film?
Dude, first
They
of all,
lied to us.
first
I
of
mean,
all-
not lied, they tricked us.
First of all, the first act, which is part of the trailer, he's not even wearing the same costume.
Yeah, you noticed that, right?
Yeah, in the trailer he's wearing his regular
Regular
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
costume with
costume?
that Aunt May thing.
Yeah, the odd man, Happy Hogan,
And
where
but
they're
in
like
the-
flirting, right?
Yeah, but then in the movie he's wearing the Iron
He's
Spider.
wearing the Iron Man suit, and also they didn't show any scenes of. Remember when he was in his Iron Spider suit fighting the
the criminals.
criminals, and then he tells the cops like,
I'm just doing your job.
I'm just doing, like, wait, where's that scene at?
Yeah.
Like, they never show that part, right?
We did see
There's a lot of misleading here in this trailer.
Yeah, and we saw Happy Hogan and Aunt May have like this flirtations thing, and Peter's like confused.
The lines were a little bit different on that one compared to what we saw in the trailer.
Well, I mean, in the trailer we didn't see
Much.
Yeah, we didn't see Happy Hogan stopping by Aunt May's job and buying her lunch. Even Peter was like, "Oh, why is Happy at your job again?" Like,
you fucking my aunt? Bro?
yeah, he's like,
Are you boning my aunt?
he's like, man, what's going on here?
And he's like, yeah. And then Aunt May's like, no, we're just friends.
No. Aunt May's like, no, just kind of like a summer thing. It's like a summer
fling.
It was just a summer fling. In the summertime, I just got bored. I just needed some dick.
That shit was funny, dude.
I just needed some dick for the summer, but it's not that serious.
How old is Aunt May? Right. Dude,
Well, okay,
how old is
the actress is 53.
Woo!
But I don't know how old she is in the movie.
I think she played maybe around her late 40s in the movie, maybe 50.
Yeah.
But she looked great though, right?
And every time Peter tries to ask her about like her relationship with Happy, she'll try to switch the subject. So, Peter, have you heard from that Strange guy? It's Doctor Strange. Oh, man.
So, because we're already continuing with spoilers, we're just going to talk about the scenes randomly. How did you feel about Mysterio, the villain? I thought, okay, me, personally, with the Vulture himself, I thought Michael Keaton was great as Vulture. Did you agree?
Yeah.
Because he was intense. Like, this guy, and not only that, he has layers to his character. Like, he's a family man. He didn't kill Peter at the end because he felt, okay, you know what? You're kind of like a son to me, and you saved my life, so I'm not gonna kill you. So this guy,
but Peter at the time was dating his daughter.
Yeah. So he had like a soft side for Peter, right? Like, damn, you're just a kid. Now this guy, Mysterio, I love what they did with Mysterio. I was really afraid that we were talking about it. I was like, I even clapped. I'm like, yes.
Well, for
that
Mysterio,
scene, that one scene at the bar, right?
Yeah. But for Mysterio, though, it's like he really didn't want to kill Peter. It's just kind of like, I like you. I don't really want to do this, but I have to because you know too much.
Yeah. And I want people to believe what they want. Yeah. They need to believe, or what I want them to believe. Now, this guy,
I don't want you ruining my plans.
Right. The special effects, the illusions, this was like something extremely new that we've seen in a Spider-Man movie. We've never seen anything like this where I felt like Mysterio was like breaking the fourth wall.
Well, it kind of reminded me of Batman Begins when Batman fought
Scarecrow.
How like he was he kept hallucinating. Mm-hmm. That's what it reminded me of.
I love that part.
Yeah,
I love the mocap suit.
Oh, from Mysterio?
Yeah. And the fact that he has a team to actually create the illusions and not just one person. Because in the comic books, even in the Spider-Man cartoon, the 90s cartoon, I don't know if it was called The Amazing Spider-Man. Was it called The Amazing?
No, it's just called Spider-Man
Animated Series. on that season, on those series, Mysterio was just one person creating illusions using like
special
effects, right?
Because his background story is that he's like a special effects guy in Hollywood. Yeah.
And then he got fired or something because he did some sort of like Michael Bay. He looked like Michael Bay actually.
Yeah.
On the animated because he had the ponytail and all. I'm like, dude, this fool looks like Michael Bay. It's like, I need my fucking explosions, bitch.
and then for some reason he moves to New York to try to be a hero.
Yeah. You think Michael Bay would have been a good Mysterio?
I don't even know if he can act. Some people even question if he can direct.
This guy's a commercial making guy, dude. He's a commercial director, so it's two different things.
A lot of people are mad at him for ruining both Transformers and Ninja Turtles.
And fast forward to the end, we find that Mysterio once again fools Spider-Man into thinking that he's hurt. So he played possum, right? Thinking that he was injured, and then tries to shoot him because he actually tricked Spider-Man, creating an illusion of himself, and he actually tried to shoot him from the side.
I don't say. Well, yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah.
So he tried to shoot him from the side because he created this illusion of himself, which was really.
Luckily, his Peter Tingle came back.
His Peter Tingle. I like that. Hey, Peter, is your Peter Tingle working? Oh, they stopped calling it Peter Tingle.
No, but the way he says he's like, oh oh my God, May, it's not called Peter Tingle. Stop calling it Peter Tingle.
Happy Hogan's like, hey, so is your Peter Tingle working?
Yeah.
So why does everyone keep calling it Peter Tingle?
It's like, because Happy Hogan's like, so how did that even happen? Like, what about your Peter Tingle? Like, it's not working? Like, what's going on? How'd you get tricked by Mysterio? You should know this thing.
So how do you think it came back?
Well, see, I'd be confused by the whole Spider Sense, even going back to Homecoming. Because Homecoming ends with Aunt May finding out about his secret identity. But it's like his Spider Sense should alert him, like, oh shit, Aunt May's coming, I need to hide. But he didn't sense it. But then in the beginning of this movie, his Spider Sense was there, because that's where, he was able to sense something. That's where Aunt May was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're Peter Tingle. And he's like, May, it's not called Peter Tingle. God, stop calling it that. But then all of a sudden, when he fights Mysterio, like his Spider Sense is gone. But then at the end, it came back. So like, I really don't know what's going on with it.
I think my theory is with that, him kind of losing that sense, because I even noticed in Infinity War, he had his Peter Tingle. Right, where his hair started going up when the aliens started
when he was
invading.
On the school bus,
or Thanos when Thanos and the aliens started invading. It was a school bus with Ned, right? He's Peter Tingle. His Peter Tingle started affecting. So they even showed that in not only in the trailers but also in the movie. And then Peter Tingle did start in the beginning. Now he lost it in the midway of the film.
Yeah,
with Mysterio, right? So. Not only him, but even not only the audience, but himself, his character didn't even know if he was bad or good or what's going on with this guy. I felt that maybe because
at the time he lost it though, he figured it out, because that's when he told his identity to MJ.
What was it? See, that's what I'm saying. That's my theory. I think because he was so focused with MJ that his Peter Tingle wasn't working. Like he was so focused into what he wanted to tell MJ.
So it's basically like, I'm saying when he fought Mysterio, so it's basically like he was, instead of he's just like, okay, I just want to hurry up, defeat this guy, and then go back to MJ.
Yeah. He wasn't focused enough. That's what I felt. And the moment he actually started expressing himself to MJ, and also
which was awkward.
Like, you're pretty, and I think you're pretty too.
Yeah, you're pretty. Yeah, you're pretty too. I had this plan. I like you. No, that's why I keep staring at you.
They're kids, bro. What do you expect, bro? I mean, what was your first love, man? The first girl you ever had a crush on in junior high or high school? What did you ever say?
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Peter Tingle didn't pop up or anything like that.
My aunt Tingle.
So, wait. Oh shit! What the? Oh damn, bro.
Oh yeah. So,
is that the guy from the bar?
Nah, that's my brother.
Oh shit. Damn. Dude. So I'm so happy with Mysterio. I really like Mysterio. Oh, that one part where so basically Mysterio's team, they eventually ended up being Iron Man's associates. And
former Iron Man associate. Woke up this morning on the afternoon.
So what are some
sugar,
of the
honey, iced tea, baby?
Goodness gracious, bro.
You so good to me.
I took you to a karaoke spot, huh? How'd you like that?
It was all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took Inspector Ad to this place called Brass Monkey. It's on Wilshire here in SoCal, Los Angeles. It was his first time there. He liked it. I mean, you enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
And we met this one dude called Mark T. Cool white guy. He came up to Anthony and started asking him about questions and stuff, and talking to him. And then I started having a conversation with this Mark T guy. Next thing you know it, without my knowledge, Anthony just, whoa, holy shit! So I looked. I'm like, what happened? Damn! Look at the ass in that one. How big was it, dude? Dude, this chick looked like she had 2 basketballs
Yo,
on the back of
this
her.
girl was thick, super thick, and she came in with 2 dudes, but only left with 1.
The skinniest guy.
Yeah. So, ooh, I get to get that ass to myself.
Goodness gracious.
So, man, I'm about to work that ass out.
So I looked at Anthony. I'm like, what are you looking at? Oh, that's what you're looking at. Shit.
I was like, damn, look at that ass.
Dude, she couldn't even sit down. She needed 2 chairs.
Yeah.
Just sit
That's
down.
what I'm trying to feel like the dude she left with. I'm like, I wonder how he hit that. But he got lucky.
He needed a bed.
Dude, I'm trying to figure out what happened to the second dude because she came in with 2.
Did she come in
1.
with 3? I think she came with 3, but
I just know she left with 1. And I guess the other 2, they had to get their own ride.
Goodness gracious. But that was Anthony's first time. Inspector Ant's first time at the Brass Monkeys. Yeah. We did some fireworks too. Yeah. And, prior to all that, I think we watched... First we did the Spider-Man Far From Home film, and then we went to Brass Monkeys.
But yeah, but so back to Spider-Man.
Look at that ass!
Look at that big ass. Like, man, if MJ had an ass like that, Peter would never be able to take a web sling. But, yeah, so anyway, so we found out during the course of the movie that the elementals was fake. They're all illusions from Mysterio.
Which I like.
Yeah.
I'm glad that wasn't Sandman.
But I wonder, though, like, if they ever do bring in, like, a Hydra Man and Sandman, like, how would they explain that?
Because it would confuse a lot of the viewers.
Yeah.
The general audience who don't know these characters, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to even start introducing a Sandman or a Hydra Man?
I mean, they're good villains in there. They're
Waste.
important characters in the Spider-Man, universe.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm still surprised I haven't introduced the Osborns yet.
I think a lot of people were looking.
Norman and Harry.
They were looking forward to that, and they thought at the post credits, they
like
thought
Green
they were gonna
Goblin.
appear.
Yeah, Green Goblin's like his version of the Joker.
Yeah. Well, we do have a Hobgoblin there. Future Hobgoblin.
Just needs to lose some weight.
He
listen,
has been losing weight.
Speaking of that, though, I was surprised that they made
Ned.
Betty Bryant be the same age as them, because Betty Bryant, she's actually the security guard for, not security, the secretary. She's actually the secretary at Daily Bugle.
I don't know, you got security guard and like secretary all mixed in. She's a secretary
At the Daily Bugle.
and it was actually played by Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
Did anyone know that? Elizabeth Banks is that Sam Raimi in the film.
Yeah. But in this one, they made her a teenager.
Speaking of Daily Bugle,
made her and Ned like the most annoying couple.
you thought they were annoying?
Yeah.
I thought they were cute, man. I thought they were cute together. Yeah, she's my girlfriend now.
Like what happened to being single in Europe?
Well, Peter, I came in the plane as a boy, and then I left the plane as a man.
You got so excited too. It was like, yeah, me and her have so much in common. Then we played video games together. Man, it was awesome. Like, Peter, you just don't understand, but like, when a man meets a woman.
I like that guy. I mean, do you like Ned?
No, Ned was funny, but I just
funny
thought
guy.
him and Betty together were annoying because they're like, oh, hey, baby, I'm coming, baby. Oh my God, we said at the same time, boo.
Mm-hmm. Well, and with Betty, I'm actually glad that they incorporated her character as a future anchor woman, because she does.
Yeah, she does the morning announcements.
The morning announcements that ghetto, not ghetto, but that what do you call that? Student like editing, that they did. That little edit that they did.
They're explaining the
memories.
blip.
Yeah.
So it was like, because the guy was like,
for the people that passed away with the Whitney Houston song at the beginning.
From The Bodyguard.
Always love you. So I was like thinking, like, why is Whitney Houston in the introduction?
And they were showing like Scarlet Witch. Iron Man.
Scarlet Witch? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant. I'm sorry, Scarlet Witch.
I mean,
Scarlett Johansson.
I mean, Black Widow.
Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow.
Scarlet Witch. Vision.
Iron Man, Black Widow.
Who else was there? There's a bunch of them.
Just
the ones
basically everybody that died in Endgame.
But I'm thinking, okay, they showed all these characters. How come they didn't show like memories of the kids that passed away? I'm sure there's a lot of people that
Because
passed
they came back, including Betty Bryant and that kid.
Speaking of coming back, the Asian
Like
guy.
everybody, I was about to say,
Asian guy.
everybody in the school died except for that Asian kid. So the Asian kid, all of a sudden, he came back and they're like, "Wow, he got big."
No, he didn't come back. He grew up.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody died.
He never got dusted.
No, I'm saying no. When they came back, they're like, "Wow, he I forgot the kid's name, the Asian kid." But he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's like, "Wow, he got big. He's so tall now. Like, what happened?" Not realizing like 5 years went by.
So that would make him how old then?
If they're all 16, that would make him like 21.
21.
So I don't understand like why he's
is he
still in high
school?
school. I guess because all his classmates died, so I guess he just never finished.
And then all the girls are all like hitting up on him because he was a scrawny little kid.
Yeah.
And then he grew up to be like this hunk, right? And he's like he was aiming for MJ.
Yeah.
And that was awkward because she's underage.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, actually, but they kind of explained it, but not really explained it. Because remember, in the plane, Flash was drinking, and then MJ was like, "You do realize he's only 16 still?"
Right.
He's like, no. It's been 5 years. But she's like, no, but you died 5 years ago.
You got dusted.
So you're only 16.
You're only 16.
But technically I'm 21, so it's okay.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad they. So going piggybacking on that topic, on that reference. So a lot of the kids who got dusted, after the snap were redusted, or not redusted, but
Well, they don't
brought
call
him back.
They in the movie they call it the blip.
The blip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, everybody was affected by the blip except for that one Asian kid. Can you imagine him like waking up like, damn, what happened to all my classmates? Like, well, where is everybody?
But why is he still in high school? Did he not get his high school diploma?
Well, that's what I'm guessing. Like, since everybody died, maybe he just never finished high school.
The school was still open. I'm sure there
One-
were still
one
kids out there. No, man, there are some students. Not all students.
Well, in his class, he's the only one.
If you even notice, there was a basketball scene there where they were playing basketball, and the next thing you know, a few seconds later, a band started. What do you call it? Blipping.
They call it the blip.
So they redusted back. So they reappeared, and so with that being said, there's maybe 50% of the high school population got dusted and 50% stayed, but he was just one of the few that
in
they
his
actually
class.
mentioned
Yeah.
that actually grew
Because
up.
he's the only one in their class that grew up.
So those other kids that were playing basketball, those are just like those are kids that are just entering high school.
Yeah, or either maybe like seniors or something.
They're like seniors or something, right?
Yeah, because
Oh my
they're
gosh,
like
man.
juniors in high school.
Timeline is so confusing.
Yeah.
Man, like future. That guy was funny. He took a picture.
It's like, man,
He's trying to hook up with
Peter-
MJ.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, Peter, you're over here banging European chicks in the bathroom.
What does MJ say about this?
Yeah, I want to show
MJ
MJ.
about this.
And then it backfired because MJ's like, well, why are you taking pictures of dudes in the bathroom?
By the way, that European girl, she's one of the SHIELD agents. So they say. But towards the end,
yeah.
they explained that.
Which also makes sense why, I'm glad they had that the post-credit scene. Because, like, you wonder, like, how did Nick Fury get tricked out of all people?
because he's smart. He's too smart.
Yeah.
He knows that shit.
Yeah, so it made sense. Okay, well, what's he really him was a squirrel.
Right. He even tells Captain Marvel, nobody calls me Fury. Nobody calls me Nick. And remember how his what's her name? His left woman hand.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, what's her name again? And this her character.
I just know she's the chick from How I Met Your Mother.
She calls him Nick, and nobody calls him Nick. And and then they explained it towards the end that they were Skrulls. They were the husband, Talos, right? Talos was the alien
I haven't
Skrull.
seen Captain Marvel.
No. On the end of the end.
I know, but I haven't seen Captain Marvel, so I don't know their names.
Okay, so the alien guy, his name is Talos, and his wife. So they're together, and so she played.
And I'm surprised how they all became British all of a sudden. Well, the squirrels always British.
Well, they do have like TV. I'm sure they have like
So they
Wi-Fi,
just
cable,
decided, like,
and all that stuff.
out of all the people in the world, we're just gonna have British accents.
What do you want? What kind of accents do you want them to have?
Maybe American or Canadian.
Canadian.
Hey,
what if they had like Chinese accents?
I mean, yeah, even that.
We come to Earth. We come to Earth, and we gonna take everybody. Because.
I said, well, they could have like a Pakistani accent.
Oh man, no, I don't know how to do that, man. I don't want to mess with the accents. How about like black accent?
Yeah, man, you got a black accent. Like Robert Downey Jr. Robert like, yeah, we just came here to take over Earth. You know what I'm saying? We gonna kill all these motherfuckers right here. All these jive turkeys.
Jive turkeys.
Huh.
Don't even know how to take care of Earth the way we do.
The way we do.
Shit.
So we gonna kill all these motherfuckers.
Fuck the humans.
Yeah. What you mean, you people?
Talk about us aliens?
Yeah.
Motherfucker?
And we remain in character until we come out with a DVD commentary.
Oh shit. Well, that's cool, man. I mean, what else? What was your favorite scene?
Actually, the mid-credit scene when they introduced J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh man, I think we were the only ones clapping.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Actually, I read an article about that too, because like they're like a lot of parents had to explain to their kids the significance of that, because their kids weren't born when the
Sam
first,
Raimi,
the Sam Raimi trilogy.
Yeah,
because the last one was in 07, which was 12 years ago. So if you have like a 7-year-old kid, he's like, what's this guy like? Why
is everyone so excited about this guy?
What's the Daily Bugle?
Yeah.
Who's J. Jonah Jameson?
Y'all need to start reading some comic books.
What's comic books?
What is that?
Yeah, what's paper?
I do audio.
Yeah.
Audio book.
I listen to audio books.
Oh yeah, I read books. Oh yeah? Yeah, I audiobook it. I don't really read it, I listen to it.
Oh, 2001, is that the same year that incident happened? We read it in history when the towers burnt down.
9/11?
Yeah.
Is that what they told him?
So that's when the first Spider-Man came out, right?
Wait, did you talk to a girl about that? Like 9/11? Oh yeah, I read that shit in history class.
We didn't talk about that, but she was hitting on me, and
oh yeah, you were getting hit. Okay, so you went to a Target or Walmart?
well, actually, you know what? Let's not talk about that story before I get in trouble.
Let's just say
I have
she's a little bit past the millennial stage.
Yeah, I have. She's Gen Z all the way,
but she's still 18. You know, it's not bad. Over 18.
No, but the problem is that I don't want my lady friend to get mad.
You didn't do anything wrong.
No.
Long story short, Inspector Ant was like, "Oh yeah, like 9/11." Oh yeah, 9/11. I read that shit in history.
No, because she was like, "Oh yeah, today's my 18th birthday." I was like, "Okay, so you're born in 2001?" And she was like, "Yeah, I was born in 2001." So I was like, "Wow, so you were just like a baby when 9/11 happened." She's like, "Yeah, we read about that in history." I was like, "Wow, you make me feel so old." And I remember where I was when that shit happened, and you were still sucking on your mama's titty.
Goodness gracious, bro.
Yeah. And now you're old enough to hit on men at your job.
I thought you didn't want to talk about that.
So anyway, but yeah, so my favorite scene was
what is your favorite scene?
The mid-credit scene with J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Also too, the scene where MJ finds out that he's Spider-Man. Because I thought that was funny. And she was like, because he was like, yeah, there's something I want to tell you, because he was about to make his move and ask her out. And so he's like, yeah, there's something I want to tell you. And then she's like, oh, you're going to tell me you're Spider-Man. And he was like, what? Yeah, you're Spider-Man. Like, no, it's obvious. It's like, I'm not Spider-Man. And then she's like, yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Like, okay, in DC, you just mysteriously got sick, and then Spider-Man showed up. Spider-Man doesn't even live in DC. He lives in New York, but he was in DC.
Yeah.
Now we're in Europe, and you're in Europe, and Spider-Man's in Europe.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's not Spider-Man. It's Spider Monkey. It's on the news.
No, it's not Night Monkey.
Oh, it was Night Monkey.
Night Monkey.
He's like, it was Night Monkey. It's on the news. Like, it's not even Spider-Man. It's Night Monkey. So night monkeys have webs. Maybe it's a spider monkey. I don't know.
It's a spider monkey.
And she's like, I've been watching you, Peter, for years, and I can tell you're Spider-Man. He's like, no, I'm not.
And then she was like, well, if you're not, I'm like 87%.
Well, then when he finally came clean when she showed him,
I'm Spider-Man. Are you sure? Because I was just 87%.
When she showed him the thing, the hologram, and he's like, okay, I gotta tell you something. I am Spider-Man, and I screwed up. She's like, are you being serious? I was like 67% serious. Like, so I thought that was funny.
Oh shit, that was pretty funny though. I like their chemistry.
Yeah, they have good chemistry.
Him and MJ, like
you would think that they were together in real life.
Yeah. I also like the black suit. The Spider-Man Neuer.
Oh, the one that he got in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
Where the Asian guy
caught him
thought
fucking some European chick.
Yeah.
And
the Asian kid says like it's a bad thing too. Because if I'm in high school, like, who cares if I'm banging European chicks in the bathroom? Like, you'd be happy.
Yeah, but these European... No, but
I'm just saying,
this is the context of it, because he's underage, and he's banging, like, hookers.
No, he's underage in America. In Europe, I think the legal age is, like, 16. So he's of age.
But the rules... Okay, the rules and regulations don't... what do you call this? Don't... Apply to the European rules and regulations. It's just the fact that he was going to explain this to MJ.
The guy was just basically trying to cock
block. Exactly. It had nothing to do with like policies. He never said anything. Oh, that's wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. No.
He did say, he was like, it's wrong.
No,
I'm gonna tell MJ.
No, he said it's wrong. I'm gonna fucking tell MJ and see how she feels about this.
I'm gonna show her the pictures.
It's like, why would you even do that?
But then when he mentioned it backfired because MJ's like, well, why are you taking pictures of dudes in the bathroom?
Yeah. Like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. Like, who does that?
How old are you again?
Yeah. Like, aren't you supposed to be like 21? Like, why are you even in our class?
The teachers were funny though.
Yeah, and then
the teacher partners.
Yeah.
Who's the actor?
Well, I know the black guy was JB Smooth,
who's friends with Pootie Tang.
And then the white teacher, I do not know his name, but he's one of the kids off of Freaks and Geeks. I'm not sure if
he's funny too.
Yeah, because he was like
he's funny.
That was funny too. Like when he announced it, because the kids they're gonna go to the festival, and then also like, guess what, guys? We're going to the opera. And then the black teacher's like, I had nothing to do with this. Because the kid's like, what?
Nobody wants to go to the opera.
No, I thought we were going to party tonight.
And then Ned had to say something. We're like, no, I think opera would be a great experience for us, or we can learn something from it. And everyone else is having a party, going to the biggest party, and they're the only ones going to the opera.
And they're like, no, we don't want to go to that.
But we know why they went to the opera, of course. Well, because Peter told Ned, like, hey, I need you to distract him. I need you to put him in a safe house, which is the opera, the safest place to be, not to be around the crowd area where all the party scene is going, because of the elementals.
But I will give Ned credit on his game.
Oh, okay.
Because when Betty said no, she's like, no, baby, nobody wants to go to the opera. And he was like, but babe, it'll make us more cultured. She's like, yeah, you're right.
Oh, shit.
I was like, yo, that dude got some game.
Hey, props to Ned.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's like, it'll make us so much culture and well-rounded. And she's like, yeah, you're right. Let's go to the opera.
Speaking of Ned and Peter, have you noticed that Peter has gotten taller? And Ned looks a little bit shorter than Peter? You didn't see any scenes where they were like together and Peter looks...
Well, I mean,
they're growing.
Yeah, but even during the interviews, like Tom Holland's actually taller than the guy.
Really taller. Yeah. But Ned lost some weight too. So what do you think? Hobgoblin? Little by little?
Maybe.
Yeah? Because we know Hobgoblin to be slim, kind of... a slim...
Well, I do have a question, though, because we don't know Ned's last name. But, Hobgoblin is Ned Leeds, who's a white guy.
Yeah.
But this version is Asian.
Right.
So, is Hobgoblin be like Ned Lee or something like that? Or
Ned Lee?
Ned,
he's Filipino, actually.
Oh, so what's like a Filipino name that starts with the L?
What?
Oh, Ned.
No, I put a click in there. No,
African?
No, he's like Ned Gustos.
Gustos.
That's a Filipino last name right there. My favorite scene is oh my gosh,
When they sneeze.
Oh goodness gracious.
Yeah, man.
My Aubrey tingle. My Aubrey tingle is my favorite
man,
scene.
stop calling it that. Gosh.
My favorite scene was Mysterio. When Spider-Man left the bar and Mysterio exposed
That the bar was all an illusion.
all an illusion, and you see all the glitches right in the background.
Yeah.
When he exposed it, and he started mentioning like flashbacks of some of the characters in the previous films, like Iron Man 1. I think that there was also was it Infinity War?
No, it was Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3? No. That
Yeah, the barf thing.
the barf thing, that was the Iron Man 3. It was that Infinity War. Oh no, the Civil War. That was Civil War.
That was. I remember seeing where the.
It was in Iron Man 3. It was Civil War.
Maybe it was Civil War.
Yeah. So how they explained that the technology was invented by him, and a lot of the people at the bar were actually
'Cause
associates.
that one bald-headed guy, we saw him getting cursed out by
what's it? Obadias?
Oh, yeah.
Obadias. Yeah, cursed out by Obadias, right? I like that part because now they brought a lot of there was like cameos of these characters, and they explained. I like how they explained how it takes a full 6 to 10 people to actually create these illusions, and Mysterio being Volcan being the ring man.
Now, I will say this, and I guess we can move forward now and talk about the Sony thing, because this is my point here, is that as much as I like that, I get a sense that these first 2 Spider-Man movies have been, they focus too much on Tony. And so I wonder, with Sony now taking control of it, will they focus less on Tony instead of tying it together? Because like, Spider-Man, his main motivation of being Spider-Man is because he wants to honor
Tony.
No, Uncle Ben. But in these movies, they don't even talk about Uncle Ben. And he just like,
He's not mentioned at all.
not yet. It's just like, it's like Tony takes the place of Uncle Ben.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like Uncle Ben's not mentioned at all.
No.
And you would
Like,
think
you wouldn't
that
even
he
think Aunt May. You wouldn't even think Aunt May was married at one point. Like, they don't even talk about her.
Like I thought.
She's over here fucking Happy Hogan for like summer dick.
That's so awkward. It's like, not once Peter says, "What about Uncle Ben?"
Yeah.
Like, are you still? Is this closure? It's done, right?
Yeah.
No, not once Uncle Ben was mentioned, and,
No.
and this is one of the Uncle Ben is actually one of the most important character in Spider-Man's stories.
Well, he's the reason he.
The
becomes
reason why
Spider-Man.
he becomes Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So they never explained any like origin, any not even like flashbacks of like what happened. Like, do you think they'll touch base on this with Uncle Ben? You think Uncle Ben? I mean, I think this is something they might explain on the next Spider-Man movie. Uncle Ben in the post credits,
Maybe like a flashback scene.
kind of like a flashback scene. I mean, what do you think?
They should explore it.
They should explore it, right? Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this then: how do you feel about Sony trying to take 100% control of Spider-Man instead of splitting it 50-50 with Disney?
Wait. So taking control 100%,
Yeah, so like right now,
but splitting it still.
yeah, because like right now, like reason why J.K. Simmons was in this Spider-Man movie is because he has a contract with Sony, and Sony made this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But they're splitting it 50-50 with Disney, so that's why they still talk about the MCU and Tony Stark and all that other stuff.
Right now.
Yeah, right now. But what they want to do in the future is just eliminate Disney and just have 100% control of everything.
I think that would be a bad idea.
But they just did good with Into the Spider-Verse, though.
Yeah, but that's an animated film.
But they did good with the first 2 Sam Raimi movies.
Yeah, but then what did he do afterwards?
They forced Sam Raimi to add a bunch of shit that he didn't want to put in.
Venom, Sandman.
And they did good with the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Well,
Then they did good with the Amazing Spider-Man, the first Amazing Spider-Man, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2 with some horse shit.
yeah. I think Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3 was the worst Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
I mean, again, guilty pleasure. I like it for what it is, I guess. But if you were to compare it to all the Spider-Man films that came out, it would be the worst installment out of the 7, right? We had 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
7 films. So it would be the last one. It would be number 7 out of the 7 Spider-Man films. I don't think it's a good idea because the reason why is they've already made mistakes with sequels. The third Sam Raimi film being one of the worst ones, Amazing Spider-Man 2, was not that good at all. And they're losing credibility with the MCU, being combined. I mean, I think the Spider-Man films became even more popular because of MCU. If it wasn't for Disney's approach and giving him this deal, it's like let's have some sort of a partnership going on and see if we can put this together. We get to borrow some of your characters. Sony was almost going to go bankrupt. Not bankrupt, but they're losing so much business.
Well, they were losing money after Amazing Spider-Man 2. They lost so much money off of Amazing Spider-Man 2 that they struck this deal with Disney.
Exactly.
But now
what?
But I think now with the success of Venom, the success of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and the success of Homecoming and Far From Home, and now gives them the idea like, hey, we don't need you now. We can walk on our own.
But do you know why they're successful? Because of the MCU. Do you think if the MCU did not take the approach of combining forces with Sony, you think people would even give a fuck about Venom? No. Do you think they'll give a fuck for another Spider-Man film? No.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse?
I don't think they would even give it a chance. I think it's the fact that
we're just playing the Sony pussy whip advocate here.
Sony pussy whip. You're pussy whip? You're Sony pussy whip?
No, I'm not. I'm Apple pussy whip.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, playing the Sony pussy whip advocate. You could make the argument though that they learned from their mistakes of Spider-Man 3 and Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, and one big mistake is leaving Disney. Leaving that partnership with Disney. That would be a big mistake.
But from a business standpoint, they're looking at it as, okay, like for
we
example,
can make this much money?
Yeah, because for example, Spider-Man Far From Home made $30 million in the first 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So why split that $30 million with Disney when we can keep the whole $30 million for ourselves?
Fuck you, Sony. Fuck you, Sony. You're gonna fuck this shit up again. They didn't learn their lesson, bro. They're getting greedy. Alright?
Yeah, it's all about money.
They're getting greedy, man.
All about that shmoney.
Feige's trying to fix shit. And look, Fox got greedy. Right? Look what happened to them.
Nothing happened to them. They just decided, well, we're making so much money off of sports and news that fuck this whole entertainment shit. You guys can have it. That's basically what happened.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck anymore.
No, because they kept the sports, Fox Sports, they kept Fox News. That's their money makers right now.
Yeah.
When it comes to TV shows and movies, they're like, fuck
that shit. Go
Empire, have it.
Yeah.
Empire.
Yeah.
Avatar, have that shit. Family Guy, you can have it. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then when Disney's like, oh, well, can we buy Fox Sports? Oh, hell no. We keeping that shit. We make way too much money off of sports for you to have that.
Hey, calm down, Disney.
Yeah,
calm the fuck down, dog.
Fuck down.
Like, let us have some shit.
Yeah. Okay, leave the sports and the news to us.
All right?
But, TV shows, Family Guy, you want that shit? Go have it.
It's like, dude, I'm giving you my house and my car. You want my wife too?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, we want your whole ass wife. Want everything.
We want everything.
Oh, shit.
This is like, we don't even know what the fuck to do with sports, but we want it.
I can see like Mickey Mouse wearing like a fucking Raider helmet.
Oh
no, wait, who's Anaheim? Wait, Bueno Park. Right? Wait, where's Disneyland at?
Anaheim,
right?
So that's gonna be the Rams.
The Rams helmet.
The Rams lost the Super Bowl last year. We're gonna go back and we're gonna win that shit. Even if I gotta buy the whole NFL.
He's gonna put like Mickey Mouse ears on the Rams, on the freaking Rams logo. I'm gonna fuck everybody in the ass.
Fuck New England. We're gonna get revenge and we're gonna beat them.
You know who Mickey Mouse reminds me of? Who's that one? Who's that one? That the sex addict producer that we were just talking about.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein.
He reminds me of like a cartoon version of Harvey Weinstein. Hey, you want to get famous? You want to get famous? Suck my tail.
Hey, you want a Mulan movie? All you gotta do is suck my dick.
Oh shit! Oh shit! That's such a dark fucked up Mickey Mouse version.
Okay, so Mickey, we have a plan to make Pocahontas. Well, I'm down. Just kind of suck my dick. Pocahontas, how bad do you want it?
How bad do you want Pocahontas?
How bad? Hunchback of Notre Dame, Esmeralda.
I don't like the way you were touching my boobies.
Esmeralda, shut the fuck up
And get over here
and suck my balls. If not, you are out of the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie.
Oh shit, that's so fucked up. Speaking of Disney, what's the next real life adaptation of?
Well, hold that thought.
Yeah, are we gonna talk about that too?
Yes, we are.
All right.
So, Romeo, how many stars would you give Spider-Man?
What happened to you?
You made me laugh. So how many stars would you give?
Why are you laughing? So wrong. I get 4 snaps out of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I give it 5 ghetto claps out of 5. I give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boo boo.
There you go, Daddy. Smack that.
Smack that shit.
Cool. Well, that's it for the show. I do apologize for our.
Wait. What about social media, son?
Oh, so what about social media?
Like, where people can find you at, like Instagram,
Oh, fuck.
Twitter.
I don't want people to know how I look.
Okay. Well, you can find me at Expect an Ant on both Instagram and Twitter.
All right, fine.
And on Snapchat, don't worry about it. Hallelujah.
Some gospel music right there. You can find me.
Yeah, who's that?
I just changed. You can find me at Aubrey Freely _81, and that's that. And I post a lot of content there. Not content. Contents.
Content.
Different
Not cum, but content.
Yeah. And that's that. Like,
yeah.
I hope you guys go ahead and watch the film. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If you're even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, if you don't follow comics, you don't really need to follow comics.
Or if you don't enjoy it, just go on social media and complain about it.
Yeah. Hey, and speaking of complaining, feel free to complain about our show if you like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to. But any comment is a good comment to us. At least we know you're listening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that.
That's that.
Peace.